Well, hello everybody, we are back once again. Thank you for joining me on our next video and our next leg of the adventure into the raid. Yes, it is now time for us to do the second wing of Nerub-ar Palace. And I think I'm finally pronouncing that correct, hopefully. Now, before we get started, first and foremost, this is actually my first time logging in today. And it is the beginning of the WoW week, so because there's stuff available in the vault because of all the things that I did previously in the week, and I got a handful of things that are available to me right now. Ooh, we got a handful of goodies that we can pick from. First and foremost, I always shamelessly go for the team log pieces because those suckers I love collecting. I'm a big time collector. I'm a big time pack rat in this game. Way too much stuff in all of my banks across all of my accounts. Well, all of my tubes, I guess I should say, because it is technically all one account under the whole warband thing now. So it looks like we have the. I believe that's an upgrade. Let me just double check. Oh yeah, that's an upgrade. So, since this is the one, well, there's a couple of team log pieces that are available. And although a couple of these are tempting, I do want to get the team log piece first, because I always go for the collections right away. I am not one of those guys that feels an overwhelming need to be as strong as humanly possible because I want to be a PvP jerk and go after everyone I see in my sights all the time, when people are just trying to have fun and play the game and get rewards and whatnot. Incidentally, if you are one of those guys, screw you. You're just a horrible human being. You know, it's one thing if people are PvPing for the sake of beating up your friends and facing other players all the time, but some folks are just doing PvP quests solely for the team log pieces, or solely for the gold, or solely for the world quest reward. And it's such a pain in the butt when we're trying to get that stuff knocked out, and some guy who literally spends every single waking moment on WoW on one character, morning, noon, and night, to make his character so insanely huge that he one-shots everyone he comes in contact with. Basically, you're the guy from the South Park episode where they do the homage to Warcraft. I think it's Make Love, Not Warcraft. It's the name of that notorious episode. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself here, and I'm just rambling on. Let's go ahead and get that taken care of. We have our team log piece, which is, there you see it right there. There's our first Nerub-ar Palace team log piece. Fantastic. And we will equip that, so that is good to go. And we have this thing to turn in now, because we picked up something from the Great Vault. But I'll do that in just a moment. First and foremost, we are going to talk about the raid that we are going to queue up for. Going to go for Nerub-ar Palace. And we did the rundown of what it is. I read this for you last time, so we'll skip ahead of that. Now, the three bosses that we are going to face in this swing. And wing number 2 are Rasha'nan, who we actually fought in one of the dungeons. I believe in the Dawnbreaker dungeon. He was the final boss there, but he ran away before we could finish him off. So now he's in the raid, and we can take him on in the raid, where he'll be way more powerful, and we gotta take him on there. Brood Twister Ovi'nax and Nexus-Princess Ky'veza. So we will learn about them in just a moment, but first and foremost, let's queue up for the raid. Let's get on in here. Yes. Rasha'nan, Brood, and Nexus. Okay, there we go. Alright, queued up for the raid. Average wait time is only 8 minutes. Well, it is day 1 of the WoW week, so people are trying to get into this raid quick. They want in. Okay, so let's go ahead and read up on our bosses. Alright, first of all, Rasha'nan, who of course we faced, like I said, in the earlier dungeon, twisted by Queen Ansurek's experiments Rasha'nan was transformed into a proud Nerubian, from a proud Nerubian into a monstrous winged horror. Trapped within her new form, so she used to be a regular. Alright. Shattered memories of her former self drive Rasha'nan into an unquenchable rage. So she's been transformed into a monster, and she's just filled with anger now. She's the creature from the horror movie The Relic, basically. And that's what Rasha'nan looks like, in case you forgot what she looked like when we faced her the first time. Next is Brood Twister Ovi'nax. And the rundown for this one is: deep within the bowels of the Queen's Palace, Brood Twister Ovi'nax conducts abominable experiments with the black blood found in Ashkahet. This corpulent horror lumbers through the palace's cavernous depths, regulating inky sludge onto hatchlings to observe its gruesome effects. So it's a perhaps an ascendant of sorts that turned kind of into a monster himself while he was conducting the experiments. Okay, it's G'huun. It's a reskin of G'huun. Lazy guys. For crying out loud. So spiders, worms, and parasites. So yeah, it's a G'huun fight. For crying out loud. All right. The scientist turned into this. Alright. And finally, Nexus-Princess Ky'veza. Nexus-Princess Ky'veza arrived at Nerub-ar Palace only recently, quickly establishing herself as a confidant of Queen Ansurek. However, rumors abound within the inner court that she may harbor a dark and deadly secret. If discovered, the princess is prepared to dispatch all witnesses without mercy. So this, okay, at first glance, this sounds like a foreshadowing character that will lead into the Midnight expansion in due time. Because it is Nexus, after all. This is probably one of the consortium characters, I'm sure. So we've said, kind of, yes. That I'm reminded of the Nexus Prince that we faced in the Burning Crusade dungeon many years ago, and we still face from time to time for those of us that do time-walking dungeons that get to do that character. Alright, so, since we are not in the raid yet, let's go ahead and look over the fights so we can read up on what these fights are going to be like, so we don't get destroyed during them. Like I did in that second raid boss on the first wing fight that we did. Made it through the first and third bosses okay, but man, I got nailed by that one attack from that second boss. Anyway, okay, so overview. Wounded during the events of the Dawnbreaker, Rasha'nan begins the encounter with wounded in battle at 60%. Oh, so he's not at full health when we face him, because we already beat him down a little bit. That gives a little bit more realism to the fight, because we did face him face her prior to this encounter, and she has not had a chance to heal up, so we're facing her at 60%, unless she goes back to full health. As the encounter progresses, she repositions around the arena, casting Acidic Eruption. Until interrupted, Rasha'nan thrashes about, inflicting. Okay, so this is when Acidic Eruption hits, that's going to be interrupted ASAP, because that's massive acid nature damage. 5%. This affects. Oh yeah, and it's a stacking poison effect. So when Acidic Eruption hits, interrupt that ASAP, and pelting players with Caustic Hail. Rasha'nan rains acid, and so avoid the nasty way. Yeah, that's a safety dance. Just move out of the way of the aerial attack kind of thing. Other stuff damage to it. Waves of rolling acid move in the indicated direction and corrode any sticky webs into acid pools. So, so there's things on the ground called sticky webs Nature's damage, and when rolling acid goes through, which is kind of an area effect that just kind of goes through the boss fight area as the fight progresses. Let's see, slash my initial corrosive corrosion causes acidic stupor. Any player that touches a wave has their movement. Oh, so movement gets reduced as well. So it's a whole bunch of safety dance stuff. Stay out of the way of the webs and the acid, and really stay away from pools because those things splash. So we gotta stay away from those things. Spinneret strands form tacky threads when snapped. Binds the initial cages of 17.2 million nature damage to players inside the affected. Oh wow. Okay, so tacky threads, get the hell out of the way for tacky threads. That's a one-shotter right there. All right. Infested spawn. Targeted players birth new enemies that rampage, casting infested bite repeatedly. So seeds a new brood within marked up. Oh, so wow. So it's the xenomorphs from Alien. You get infected with spiders, and they spawn inside you and hatch. Or perhaps the spiders that hatched from the MP in the horror movie, the Stephen King movie, The Mist. That pops into my mind immediately because I literally watched that film like 2 days ago. Gotta love Tubi. Anyway, all right, so it's basically a whole bunch of avoid stuff. And definitely get out of the way of our biggest threats are tacky threads and acidic eruption, it looks like. And the acid pools on the ground will really stay far away from those, if at all possible. Alright, so that's that fight. Now, for our next Gahoon ripoff. Let's see. Brew Twister Ovi'nax inflicts players with experimental dosage, which causes nearby eggs to hatch upon expiration. Unleashing horrors within. Experimental dosage injects a reactive catalyst into several players, causing them to erupt after sitting down. Ooh, okay. So if you get hit with experimental dosage, and absorbing 5.9 healing to all players within 4 yards. All right. So is this? I think this is a soak. If I'm reading this correctly, which I may not be, but I'm guessing that's a soak. All right. Upon reaching 100 energy, Brood Twister Ovi'nax, another energy hit, will ingest black blood, another black blood, growing in power and causing the room to slowly fill with sanguine overflow, causes any eggs it touches to hatch and mutate. Okay, so with sanguine overflow, it hatches all the eggs and lets out all the nastiness that you see here, the spiders and parasites and whatnot. Okay, and so what is the oh no, I read that already. Okay. Sticky web immobilizes nearby players, which when removed. Okay, oh, that's odd. Okay, so you get hit with the sticky web, but if it's removed, then you become immobilized? Immobilizes nearby players when removed. Alright, well, I guess we'll find out what that's all about. Blood parasites infest their target upon reaching them. So blood parasites gotta get taken out ASAP. So, down the ads. Down the ads as quickly as humanly possible. Oh no, that's not mythic. And there's a sticky sweet treat. You get the very rare drop for this boss is a cooking recipe. Nice. And and it's a blacksmithing recipe for that first one. All right, so and the Nexus-Princess, we'll have to read up on that very quickly next time. We can try to read up on him now, or her now, rather, I should say. Check. Over here, there we go. All right, because we got a few people that are not coming in, so we may not be going in this time around. Ky'veza marks targets for their assassination. So she has an assassination effect. Mark several players with assassination after 8 seconds. Sheds. Oh, nope, we're going in. Alright. Alright, we'll just try and... We may be flying blind on that third boss then. we got a chance to read up on the first two, so we got a vague idea of what those fights are going to be like. Alright, so here we are. Raid 2. I'm sorry, wing number 2 of this is now underway. But, oof, acid rain. Oh, acid rain. Acid rain bad. Venom Master Ansurek. Got an underboss here to take care of.
Kill my soldiers. Thousands more will rise.
Oh, we got a big old buck. We got a big guy. Oh. Oh, wow. Wow, wow. Okay. The war banner. I'll take out the war banner.
Your conspiracy is doomed.
Nothing to loot from all those bugs? Man, alright.
Raise your eyes and behold the pinnacle
Oh.
of Nerub-ar evolution.
Yeah, wounded in battle and starting health.
There you are!
Very much reminds me of that first boss from Nathria. Shriekwing, I think the character's name was. Oh, poison skies. Oh, those are those acid pools. Oh hell! Oh hell! Oh hell! Oh. Alright. See, these are those pools I'm pretty sure we gotta stay away from. Oh, yikes. I guess we gotta follow. Alright. Gotta gain chase, or take chase, or whatever the proper terminology is there when we ever have to chase down a boss. Give chase. You have to give chase. That's what it is. Oh boy. Oh, and I get it. That's the spin. Oh boy, that's okay. Once I got here, I should have moved the hell out of the way for that. All right, lesson learned there. Almost got him. In the home stretch. This is a good group right here. Not one single death off of this guy.
My spawn must
And got her. Alright. Alright, so we got a neck that we can get. But somebody rolled a 97 for it, so we're not gonna get that. The T-Log feat. Okay. Only a 19 for the first one. Ooh, I rolled a 90 on this one. Nice. Alright. And this one, oh, and this is that's the shoulder. That's the shoulder. Ah, somebody else got it though. Oh, you bastard. HUD won both of them. Well, I guess
none of you shall leave.
I guess there's now a thing where you don't have to worry about somebody getting both rolls. Apparently, it automatically re-rolls for somebody else
There is no need for us to
when somebody wins both of an identical item.
The only thing that concerns us now is my ascension.
This is your ascension. So Ansurek wants to be ascended too, but when she does, she'll be thoroughly controlled by Ansurek. Oh, that's an inscription thing. All right. Okay, what's the hold up? Alright. Now we're gonna move on. Ah. Disoriented is right up there with fear for annoying spells. Oh my god! Wow! Holy hell! Wow, one of those. Man. Okay, so those explosions just nail you big time. I got several of them on me at once. And oh no, I guess I'm gonna have to release. All right. Yada yada yada. I hate having to run back when nobody can be bothered to res you. Man. Oh, somebody summoned me. Fantastic. Oh, lock candy. There we go. That's always a plus. Always nice to get that lock candy. Alright. So all these eggs are going to be hatching. And then their spawns will attach to us and implant new creatures inside us from the alien eggs that hatched. Gee, this isn't a ripoff of any movie I can think of. Alright, here we go. Alright, Mr. Brood Twister, who was once a Nerubian, but has turned into this horrible, disgusting creature. So it's 2.3 billion HP. I was misreading numbers with previous readings. I was reading them as million, and it's technically billion, I believe. Oh. Downing the ads ASAP so we don't have to worry about these bastards. parasites. Whole lot of parasites. Oh, he's going. This guy's going down fast. This is a good run on this one right here. Oh, he ingested the black blood. He's drinking the black blood. We can't interrupt it. He's actually doing. We're stuck having to. That. I was trying to stay focused to make. Ooh, we got a whole lot of ads. Whole lot of ads. All right. Nice work, team. This team is very, very good at downing the ads. Oh, you're going down. Going down. Boom. You got him. Fantastic. Good fight. Good fight. Nobody died in that run, I think, for that character. Okay, so we got a 590. A wriggling. The ringworm is the ring. Of course it is.
Well done. The Queen is furious over the destruction of her experiments. Keep pushing.
Oh, okay. So, T-Mog. And, oh, a trinket. That's an interesting looking trinket. What's his mercurial egg? I got I'm not getting anything. Okay. I'm not getting anything off of this one. Alright. So that was that boss. People pitching because they didn't get the drop they wanted. Hey, you know, it's not too uncommon for folks to be ditching in the raid finders. People are collectors like I am, and usually, sometimes I will get to that point as well where I enter a dungeon or a raid just to try to get the T-Mog piece, but not early on. Early on, everybody's trying to get through these dungeons and get the achievements and complete the quests that are part of them. So, you know, I've always considered it bad form in the first couple of months to ditch out of a raid or a dungeon. Always stick it through to the very end. Wait a little while for any individual patch to be over and done with before you just go solely for T-Mog pieces, because you're screwing over other players in the process, especially if you're a tank or a healer. If you're a tank or a healer and you're T-Mog hunting or farming in dungeons or raids, and you ditch after the first boss, and then the rest of the team who is in there for various other purposes has to wait an additional 20 to 30 minutes for a replacement tank or healer, that's bad form, guys. Total bad form. If you're DPS, if you're just damage and you're doing that, it's not as bad, because DPS replacements are very fast in dungeons and raids. But don't do that if you're a healer or a tank. And that's a tailoring thing. So Throughout the raid, there are little stop-offs where you can get special buffs added to you and or your team, depending on what your professions are. And I have not seen a blacksmithing one, unfortunately. If there was, I just completely and totally missed it. The Nexus-Princess.
Do not have a target.
Our ethereal guest must not be disturbed. So please keep your cries of agony to a minimum. Yes, the ethereal guest that nobody really knows a whole lot about. So we'll get some foreshadowing storyline from this boss, I expect. At least I hope.
I infiltrated the Queen's court, Master. She suspects nothing. I was hoping our paths would cross, just not so soon.
I infiltrated the Queen's
You have
court.
seen too much, and I cannot leave any loose ends.
Who is her master? Who is her master? Nexus-Princess Ky'veza. Oh. Alright, so then spectral images that mirror her attacks. Starless Night. Upon raging energy, lifts her into the air and pulses dark. Okay, so she'll fly around the room apparently at one point and shoot dark stuff down at us. So Void Rain, I'm guessing. Another fires pulled into the Never Rift. So tears open a rift to the twisting nether. Yeah, this is Void, twisting nether. This is Midnight foreshadowing characters. An atomized. Alright, so.
I do not leave witnesses.
So stay out of the rift.
Marked for death. Void take. Executed. Final twilight. Cut to ribbons. Shadow blades.
Oh, avoid those. Alright.
Void take. Final twilight.
She knocked a couple of guys out this one. Probably those daggers that shoot across folks probably got caught by those.
Get my blade.
Oh, I will try.
Devouring darkness. Executed.
Alright, 50%.
Surrender to the night.
Got her halfway down. And so I couldn't tell if that was a soak the attack for people to gather all of the damage at once, or if it was if you get hit with the mark, then to stay away from the group kind of thing. Oh, out of the pool. Out of the pool. Oh, a couple of bulls. Couple of bulls. But, yowza. Shit! Ah, man. Had a whole bunch of bulls on us at the same time, and several of us got it. I was moving out of the way of one pool, and another pool formed right on top. And there was that kill, 1, 2, 3, that got 5 of us. Alright, so, I don't feel too dumb, because I wasn't the only one that got caught in that whole mess there just now. Yeah, just the whole atomized. That was. I got hit by 3 of those at once, as did several other players. But we got through it.
But did you believe you were fighting the real thing? I will leave the queen to you. I get paid regardless.
I get paid
I will
regardless.
let your bounties grow before I collect. Until then, watch your back.
So there's bounties on us too, huh? So we were just fighting a hologram, basically. Trinkets, which I lost, and a potential leg T-Mog, which I lost. 6. Rolled a 6, probably the lowest one. Yep, so low I'm not even on the list. Oh my god. Unless this was this is the one. This is the one where I rolled the 6. This one I rolled a 54. Everybody beat me out for that right there. Oh my goodness. Alright. Well, got through the first 2 raid bosses okay on that one, but just got nailed by those dark by those dark void pools at the tail end of that last one. Alright, so boom, there you go guys. That is raid wing number 2 of Nerub-ar Palace. Not too difficult on Raid Finder. I'm sure on normal and heroic they get a little bit difficult. That's that third boss on Mythic, I bet, is just a royal pain in the backside, like you cannot begin to imagine. Alright, so yeah, there we go. There you have it, folks. That's wing number 2 for Raid Finder for Nerub-ar Palace. Thank you very much for joining me. I don't have anything else storyline-wise that I'll be doing that I can think of off the top of my head, unless I decide to do an Earthen video, because the Earthen have been unlocked, and I may do a video for that, for anybody that's interested, since it is part of the War Within kind of storyline. So I'll give that a shot to see what that's all about. But otherwise, other than that, the next raid video won't be until next week, when the 3rd wing is available for looking for a raid. And that will do it this time around. Thank you so much for joining me on this vid. Drop a like if you care. Help me with that algorithm. And thanks for joining me. We'll see you on the next one, whenever that may be.